You start with one, Lily, y después yo sigo otra y después tú terminas.
Okay. So I found an interactive map online, the geekology.com release, and what you could, it's a world map, and what you could do is that when you scroll and you touch, you go over your mouse to the different countries, you can find out the average penis size of men in each of the countries.
Now I don't know how to feel about that because you know I hope. Because, you know, of course I know I'm not a representation of my whole country. They wish. But, you know, I don't know how my country is gonna end up looking over here. You know what I mean? I want to, you know, since I'm the one doing the show, I want him to look good. But fuck it. Give it to me.
Okay, so Peru, right?
You're going to start with Peru? What do you start with other countries?
Okay, other countries.
All right.
So the U.S., how about we start with the U.S.? The U.S., the average penis length in inches is 5.1 inches in the U.S., which is actually like in the middle range.
Very average.
So do you want to hear?
Now, how about
we go
how about the stereotypes?
big?
How about the stereotypes? Let's try and find out about the stereotypes.
Well, stereotypes, I mean, you know, everyone says black men, right? Black men are hung.
Yes.
So I thought, well, you know, if black men or African American men are hung, maybe, you know, in Africa, they're well endowed. And you know, they rank up there. They have South Africa's average 6 inches, Zambia 6.2, Zimbabwe 6.1, Ethiopia 6.7.
Damn, so, Ethiopia.
Eso te quedó bien super nice.
Eso le quedó bien super nice. Pero
But you know, it's funny because they don't have the biggest one.
But as a whole, are they Africans? They have the highest?
No, who do you think it might be?
I mean, it would be a complete surprise if, you know, Asia came. I would love it.
No,
I would love it.
Actually, Asians or Asian countries have the lower ones. South Korea, in the map at least, there's some countries that don't have an average, but Korea.
That's a word that you guys lost against North Korea, man. Do you have North Korea right there?
I don't. South Korea is the smallest. 3.8 inches. And then following that, India 4 inches, Thailand 4 inches.
How about
China,
North Korea?
4.3. No, I don't have North Korea.
Some
of them didn't rate.
Oh man, because then Kim Jong-il would be like, at least we have the biggest penis. You know, I don't know how they
Thailand, Cambodia 4 inches, but those who take the reign for the largest penis are none other than our Latin lovers.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, and they're pretty much close to the length of Africans too. So they were all in the 6. Bolivia 6.5, Venezuela 6.7, Peru 6.2. You know, I was surprised. Mexico had 6.2.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, you know,
Mexicans, we're the same level. Recognize.
Colombia 6.7, and the largest was Ecuador with 6.9
right next to Peru.
inches.
You know what that means? That people in the north, because Ecuador is in the north of Peru. People in the north of Peru, like, are probably, and you know what?
Where are you from?
That's where my grandpa is from the north of Peru. So, you know what I mean? Some of the jeans pants out here. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, right?
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Yeah. So, and then there was also a similar map for women where their cup size was measured, average cup size. And the largest breasts are in Russia.
Are very tetona, so
actually, well, Russia had larger than D. On average, their cup size are larger than D. The U.S. on average a D cup.
No, does that count silicones? Because I know a lot of.
You know what?
That's right.
I didn't even think of that, but you're right, because that definitely skews over the average. But perhaps counting silicones, it's a D. Colombia, D, also big. But you know what? Peru, an A cup, which is the smallest cup.
It's really small.
A cup is the smallest cup.
Okay, because look, I'm gonna throw a lot of my Peruvian ladies under the bus right there, but Peruanas got no ass. You know what I mean? Peruanas are notorious for having no ass, man. And but a lot of them, well, from my experience, a lot of them have pretty good pechonalidades, ¿me entiendes? So I always thought that
I thought they would rate bigger too, because the Peruvian women that I know, they have pretty big breasts.
Yeah. So what's going on? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, and Mexican women, a B cup.
So Mexican and Peruvian are kind of the same, you know what I mean?
Well, Mexican a B, so it's larger than an A. But I don't know.
Huh. Interesante,
Yeah.
interesante. So we got big dicks, but our women have a small breast. It's all right. It's all right.
You win some, you lose some. You know, you can't win them all. You can't win them all.
Now, you know, I saw a study a long time ago that kind of said that there was no correlation between race and the size of penis. You know what I mean? And that kind of proves to be true. I mean,
Yeah.
even though Africa still like was one of the countries with the highest size in, you know, the average penis. But how about El Salvador? Because Mr. Burns is half Salvadorian. And
It didn't rate.
it didn't rate. Oh
Well, they
man,
didn't-
you
they
guys
didn't
are
have-
off the map. You guys are not even on the map, bro. No, it's alright. It's alright.
He's about to show you.
He's half Peruvian, half Salvadorian. So like, I know he's trying to be more Peruvian now. He's like, oh yeah. Now most of the time he's trying to be more
some of the-
Salvadorian, but now he's gonna try to be like more Peruvian.
Well, some of the countries didn't have a rate, and then some of them I just jotted down like the biggest and the smallest. And
How about some countries in Central America? I see Honduras 5.9,
You know,
Nicaragua 6. You know what I mean? So hey, Costa Rica
Philippines
5.9.
4.2.
Philippines 4.2. God damn it.
Pobrecitos.
Yo, but like Peru 6.2. So we still like, man, we still bam. See what I'm saying? Like that's why ladies love Peruvians. And you know Cubans 6.2, just like
6.2.
Peru. You know what I mean? I'm a Cuban from the waist up, man. They already tell me that when I was dancing salsa.
Now from the waist down too, right? And then, so you were talking about that if it has any
Yes.
correlation as
Yes.
far as race. I don't really know that, but I also, when I was doing the research, I came across another study that, so a lot of times people think that maybe the size of the penis, the length of it may have some correlation with fertility and how fertile a man
Yeah, I
can be
definitely heard
and
that,
the likelihood of being able to impregnate a woman. But that there in fact isn't any correlation between the length of a penis and being able to impregnate a woman. But there is a correlation between the length of where the anus ends and the scrotum begins. So that length right there, which is called the anogenital distance, also known as the AGD.
Mr. Burns is like measuring himself right now.
Anogenital distance, that actually does have some correlation with fertility because that distance is associated with the
Size of your
semen volume and with the sperm count. So of course, the bigger it is, the more sperm there is per milliliter, and the more sperm you have, then the more likely there is to impregnate a woman, you know, have fertilization occur. So there is that correlation.
Yeah,
right
because
there.
I heard that one of the reasons why in America, African Americans had a larger size penis, and this is just from somebody random, it is not a study, nothing, so don't quote me on this, was because at least they believe, the people who were in charge of the slave trade, that a bigger penis size will be more effective in impregnating a woman, and so they appraised them more and they took care of the black slaves who had a bigger penis. But I mean, like I said, don't quote me that. Another thing that I saw on the study, but this is a study, was that the size of a person did not influence the size of a penis. In
like
this
the
particular,
length of their hands.
yeah, no, and this is the size overall. Overall,
okay.
yeah, and one of the things that they saw in the study is that one of the persons with the biggest penis was one of the smallest in size.
Oh, really?
Which is really curious. You know what that means, Lily? That if you were a man, you would have laid the pot down, girl. You would have been like, bam! I'm going to the bathroom. Lend me your shoulder. Anyways, thank you very much. That's a very fun story.
And let me just tell you one last thing about it.
And for all the girls out there, I'm single, and I'm Peruvian.
And he's Peruvian, right? 6.2.
And my family's from the north of Peru,
Give or
neighbor Ecuador.
And then also with the AGD, with that measurement, when women are pregnant, if they're around certain chemicals, it can decrease the size of if they're impregnated with a boy, if they're carrying a son, it can decrease the size of that, thus decreasing their fertility. So staying away from certain chemicals that are in like fragrances, shampoos.
Those decrease the size
of that distance between the anus and the
for
scrotum
women.
for men.
Oh, for men. Oh.
Yeah, so this is in men.
So this is.
But if a woman is pregnant and she's carrying a baby boy, and she's around these chemicals that are found in like shampoo, these specific chemicals are called phthalates. And if, phthalates. if they're if they come across these a lot and they're in like shampoos or like perfumes, also in like shower curtains, they can
influence the size
of the baby boy. Yeah, that they're
the
carrying.
baby boy's AGD, anal genital distance, whatever.